Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be predicting the scores of week 21 of this 2021-2022 championship season. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, I'm actually recording this on Sunday morning, so there's still 2 matches to play in game week 20, so I can't bring you the league table at the moment. But what I can do is just give you an update on how we're getting on this week. Top scorer so far with 7 points is David Redgrift. 2 perfect scores, those being the Cardiff City 2-1 win against Luton and the Birmingham home win against Blackpool. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to bring you the complete table in the next video. Unfortunately, I've got other things on this week, that's all I can say. But for now, let's just crack on with week 21 predictions. Up against the clock as usual, so on the count of 3, 2, 1, let's go. So first up, on Friday evening, we've got Fulham coming up against Bournemouth. Fulham, top of the table, but drawing their last 2 games. Last time out, yesterday, of course, they drew against Preston away from home. Bournemouth stuttering themselves, winless now in their last 3 matches. Fully expect Fulham to gain all 3 points in this one, so I'm going to go Fulham 2, Bournemouth 1. Then we got the first of the Saturday fixtures, which takes place at lunchtime, which got Coventry coming up against West Brom. West Brom themselves are stuttering as well, only 1 win in the last 6. Coventry carving out a very good away draw against Bournemouth, who we've already mentioned, so I expect this one to end up in a draw as well. It's 3rd against 5th. I'm going for 1-1. Then we got Barnsley coming up against Huddersfield. This is the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Barnsley currently, I think they are second from bottom at the moment, only 1 win in 6, and Huddersfield just outside the playoffs, but losing back-to-back results now against QPR and Middlesbrough. Difficult one to predict, this one, but Barnsley in all sorts of trouble. I'm going to go for an away win to the Terriers, 1-0. Then we've got Blackburn coming up against Preston. Blackburn had a very good victory on the weekend, and it pushes them up to 4th position on 33 points. Good away win against Stoke, and Preston, that draw at home against Fulham. Fulham didn't play well at all though, did they? I'm going to go for a narrow victory to Blackburn in this one, 2-1. Then we've got Blackpool coming up against Luton. Blackpool currently find themselves in 11th position, losing last time out and haven't won now in 5 matches. Luton on the end of a defeat at home against Cardiff City, where they were actually down in the first half as well, come back but couldn't see out that draw or victory. So in this one, I'm going to go for a home win to Blackpool. I think they'll bounce back, and I can see the Seasiders winning 2-0. Then we've got Bristol City coming up against Derby. Derby fighting for their lives after all those points deductions. They're actually on 1 point now, 11 points behind Barnsley. Bristol City actually won for the first time in some 4 or 5 matches, home win against Stoke, which is actually very good, but I'm actually going to go for an away victory to Derby in this one. It'll be tight, but I'm going to go for 1-0 to the Rams. Then we've got Cardiff City coming up against Sheffield United. Cardiff now winning, I think it's something like 3 of their last 4 fixtures. A good away win against Luton, and Sheffield United now with Heckingbottom in charge. A good, well, they're playing this weekend, aren't they? They're playing later on Sunday today against Bristol City. Not sure how that's gone at the time of recording. I'll give Cardiff the benefit of the doubt at home. Terrible home record, but I'm going to go for 2-1 to the Bluebirds. Then we've got Middlesbrough coming up against Swansea. Swansea defeated at home 3-2 by Reading, and Middlesbrough, I think they gained a victory as well. They did a good away win against Huddersfield. I think this one's got draw written all over it, 1-1. Then we've got Millwall coming up against Birmingham. Birmingham slowly starting to turn their fortunes around after a miserable run of form of a couple of defeats recently. But they beat Blackpool 1-0 at home, and Millwall, I think they lost, and they've only won once now in their last 6, even though they are tough to beat. They lost 2-1 against Hull, but Hull have been on a fine run themselves, so I think this one's another draw. I'm going to go for 1-1. Then we've got Nottingham Forest coming up against Peterborough. Forest currently find themselves in 15th position, but another team that's only won once in their last 6, but surely they'll beat Peterborough Peterborough winless in the last 6, drawing where they should have really have beaten Barnsley on Saturday. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Forest in this one. They've got Reading coming up against Hull. Hull on a fine run of form, winning their last 4, but coming up against a Reading side who are currently just above the relegation zone without those points deductions, fighting for their lives. Good win against Swansea, and I think they'll win this one as well. I think I'm going to go for Reading 2-1 victory. And the final fixture of this weekend is on Sunday. QPR coming up against Stoke. A tight match, but I fancy QPR just to nick this one 1-0. So let's stop the clock on 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So there we are, guys. Those are my predictions for week 21 of this championship season. Of course, as I've already said, recording this on Sunday morning, 2 more fixtures of week 20 to conclude. Thanks for joining me once again. Make sure you leave your predictions in the comment section. Read each and every one, and I'll total them up when I have the chance, which is very, very soon now, guys. Thanks for bearing with me for this week, but for now I bid you all farewell, and I'll see you all in the next video.